I give thanks to Almighty God for giving us this beautiful day. Let's start our program. Today, Mr. Wangzei complete internship with us, and we are so happy that he did all initiative in our organization, and he did so well.
Yeah, so I have met Wangzei quite a few times. It was mostly on the field only, reporting stories. Uh, over the last 1 month, Wangzei has been doing some ground stories on roads, on bridges, on issues also. Uh, I am taken by the dedication, mostly the dedication with which he does work. Of course, most of you watching will not know his background story. He is also a hostel warden at the university where he studies, and he teaches school children up till 12, sometimes 1 a.m. in the morning. Many children. I see his WhatsApp status most of the time. He is talking about children and their personal life, which shows that he is not just like focused on on the daily any news la piche bhaga running after news. No, he also has a very humane perspective of seeing things. Sir Alan just talked about storytelling, that we're not just reporting facts from field, which minister said what, quoting people under quotations, fine, but we're also storytellers at the end of the day. So yeah, as journalists, we are taught always, I guess every journalist in school will say that journalists, what we do today in ground is actually the first draft of history. So even when let's say World Wars was happening, or the Vietnam War was happening, or anything was happening, it was journalists at that time on the ground telling stories, writing reports, which became the basis for the history books. Not all, but a large portion of it. So I see the humane perspective he brings. Every report he starts with some kind of personal quotation. He tries to give a poetic touch to the first 2 or 3 lines. I think that's very nice. That's actually classical journalism. A lot of journalists don't do it these days because people think it's boring, but he still does it great. But yeah, I mean, I'm taken by the dedication and humility with which he approaches the world out there. Thank you.
So I'll just call you Wang, okay? Like in short, because I'm sure you might have felt already how we have this family vibe, no, amongst us. It has been like this from day one. Like when we initially started, there was nothing, but we worked hard. We tried to create our own identity by contributing in the community first, and then also polishing ourselves in the field of media. Media outlet also. And like when I look at you, I also remember my days when I did internship, and it was a very different case back then. I did my internship in Times of India because I took print journalism as my main paper. There, the first day when I went into office, I had no idea what to ask, what to learn during the internship, how to approach people also. And there was no one to guide me. But I went to the corner and then I saw one ma'am. She was like busy, but she also looked at me. No one else was looking at me. Then I asked, ma'am, I came here for internship. How can I, what are the works that I can do for myself? Nah? Then that ma'am guided me I worked for 6 months. Then I realized, like, as we go on with life, I think we have to be that ma'am. Now I have to be that ma'am to someone else. And during this internship period, I was not here, as ma'am also, sir also was not here, but Tofik was here. But I also every day had an inclination like, how are you doing? Because I saw your news reporting and it was very fine. It was a very fine report. And I just want to congratulate you on this journey because this is your first step into experiencing the world of work, how this media outlet functions, how this news reporting is being done, the technicalities of work. Nah? Because in college, in university, we don't learn that. We learn only theory, we write it in paper, we do project, sometimes we go for industry visit. We don't learn the functionality, the day-to-day work of the media fraternity, the media outlets. So I'm sure you have gained your first-hand experience, and I'm sure it was challenging also. It must not have been perfect also, but I'm sure you have learned much more than how you started before. No? The day one before joining here and the last day of you here, I think there is a vast difference. You've learned so many things, not just reporting, not just even speaking in front of the camera, but also interacting with people. And also, I'm sure one skill must have been refined. Your way of seeing new stories and presenting it to the world, no? Because I'm sure we all reporters, we are like storytellers only. So in the end, I just want to tell you, like, remember the skills that you've gained, whether it be research, writing, critical thinking, or working under pressure, because we, the media people, we're always working on pressure, we're always running late, where we have to do 10 things at one in 1 hour. So that's the life of a journalist. And I hope your experience will serve you no matter where your journey takes you next. Now, journalism is not about just reporting facts. Anyone can do that. It's about telling stories. It's also very important to remember that what story you put forward, it should not be presented with any feeling of bias. So I just want to let you know that the world will need more storyteller like you, because you are already at least refined with a certain experience here, and we believe that your next step, your experience will also grow manifold, and you will be able to contribute in a very significant way. So keep asking questions, because that's very important. We need to ask why this is happening, when this is happening, where is it happening, no? And keep writing stories that matter. So I just want to wish, on behalf of all the members who are not here, congratulations to you. And in the future, we hope that you will also work with us in some capacity. No? Yeah, thank you.
अभी हम बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम देना चाहता है मिस्टर वांगजी को, और he can share his experience जो भी है. Now the time is giving to you. You can come up and share your experience.
Well, every time I face camera, the only thing that comes to my mind is, hello viewers, welcome to Dimapur 24/7. But right now I'm going to, I won't say that. Anyways, this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Psalms 118 verse 24. Respected Ma'am Annie Jain, Chairperson of Dimapur 24/7, and to the executive seated here. I am truly thrilled and overwhelmed with emotions right now, because I've never received anything, such acknowledgement for what I did. But it is truly, all my attributes goes to the Lord and to Dimapur 24/7 family. And yeah, I'm getting very nervous, at the same time speechless of what I'm going to say. Yeah, I have learned a lot in this 1 month, and yeah, I want to say thank you so much, ma'am, for believing in me. Although I was raw, fresh, with no prior experience, yet you have believed in what I do. And I must say very much thank you, because I am the first person to get this internship opportunity. Although people have come before me, but due to some busy schedule that you guys couldn't afford it. But thank you so much for being choosing me the first person. And my big thank you with all my heart to Sir Tofik. Has been such an inspiration. Most of the times when we go for field reporting and stuff like that, I usually get so much of advice, at times even roasting, but it all ended up like getting more experience from him, and it was really, really fun. And yeah, to talk about my experience, when I was just thinking that if I get internship, I was just thinking that there will be some expert reporters doing this and that. I'll be just staring at how they do and I'll be learning from that. That was my expectation as an intern, as a fresh raw student. So that was my expectation. And when I went on that first day itself, there was road constructing going on, and he was there and he told me that just be there for 5-6 minutes, he will come. And as I was staring at the bridge that is constructing, and I was like, oh, must be he's going to say something about this bridge. And I just went through cross-check of what they're doing it. I mean, what is it all about? It's going to happen now. And yeah, it all happened that he came in the car and then he told me, so, आज से शुरू करेगा. I was like, damn, I thought somebody is going to be like doing and then I'll be just watching. ये रोड दिखाए ना, उस पे report है. I'm like, okay, I got no prior experience, nothing, raw, everything was fresh. I'm like, yeah, I said, okay, this is what I came for, I will do it. So yeah, I asked so many questions to him, and he, without hesitations, he gave me all the answers to all my curiosities, and yeah, to get into this Dimapur 24/7, I think, I would say this is nothing short of a miracle, because it was already January 20 and we were supposed to do it in the month of January, and we're getting late for it, and I was so frustrated. I called up, as a person who is not into news, nothing, not following any channels, I literally have to get into that. So I called up many other channels as well, and then I think it was around midnight, I called him, and the number was written in the website, and just called him up and said, I wanted to get an internship in Dimapur 24/7. And then he said, okay, he said something, and then so I said, I have a portfolio video which I did, the project which I did in my second semester, and I said, can I send that? Okay. And then I shared there, and then he also gave comment on that, and I was literally nervous at the same time because I don't know where will I ended up. And out of frustrations, because the days was going on, because our college is starting in the month of Feb, I didn't have any time. So I was thinking, if I don't get anywhere else, I'll just work in some studio or some book cover, something like. They also offer an internship. Okay, last options. I was waiting for that. But at the same time, I continued to pray to the Lord. Although it was not successful of what nothing was happening as per what I was planning to do, but I have faith in the Lord. I just kneel down and I prayed, Lord, open the way for me. And then at the right time, I was given this opportunity. So yeah, like I said, this is nothing short of a miracle. Thank you so much from the depth of my heart. I want to thank you to Dimapur 24/7. Since we all are familiar with Hindi, so let me end with Hindi. वादा और प्रॉमिस नहीं कर सकता, क्योंकि अगर फुलफिल नहीं होने से पाप लगता है. इसलिए मैं कोशिश करेगा कि मैं 100% बेच देगा. I will work with integrity and honesty. Thank you so much once again, Dimapur 24.
We learn, seen in Revelation, since we are Christian families, which stated that God will give each person reward based on their action in a very positive way, and that will take you to a higher. So it's kind of like a blessing for you actually, and what you pray for, that you get it. Lots of success in your growth. Even if we don't meet often, our prayer, our support will always be there with you. Have faith, as I always say, be humble, be grounded. So let's end with this.